G'day folks, it's Rob here. Time to do a little bit of an update on the mushrooms we have growing in my office / dining room. Give you a bit of a look at the progress that's gone on since I last showed them. And for you folks who are hanging out for an aquaponic clip, don't worry, there will be a bit of an update on the aquaponics. Well, I'll be shooting it later on today, but it might be a couple of days before it's uploaded after this one. So yeah, keep an eye out for that if you're interested in checking out how the system's going without any fish. But anyway, I'll stop nattering on. We'll flip the camera around on the phone and have a gander at these mushrooms. So to begin with, I thought we'd start off with this bag here. And this is the one that Bianca had on the grow. She taped up the X on the other side where it was cut after the first flush or two. And then, yeah, started to cut a few little holes on this side here, mainly over where we saw a bit of a fruiting body popping out. Where are we? Just there. And it looks like we've got a small flush coming through. There are some more pins. I don't know if I showed them in the other clip or not, but there are some more pins coming through up in there. And there's also a few down here as well. So there is a little bit of a slit there. Hopefully they'll push through. I might try and make it a little bit larger later on today. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the way that one's gone. And this one down here is one that I did show, I think, in the clip. And then we took it back into the bedroom. It's had a massive fruiting body come out there. And you can see all the little mushrooms that are starting to form on top of it. So really chuffed about how well that's gone. And then over here on another little vent hole, we have some more fruiting bodies come out. So yeah, very, very happy with the way this bag's gone. This is the one that was absolutely chock full of mycelium. Very, very white all over the top. Again, these are the cat litter paper pellets that we're growing these mushrooms on. These are the Johnny Utahs. This one up here would be a Johnny Utah 2 from our March workshop we went to. And these ones are from our 9th of July workshop. So they're only a couple of weeks old and doing really well. The coffee box, haven't seen anything come through with this one yet from Life Cycle. I have noticed that the mycelium is starting to grow over where I scored or cut the plastic and then scored the substrate in there. So hopefully if we keep spraying it, giving it a mist every twice a day here, yeah, we will get some fruiting bodies. But the real showpiece is this one here. This one here had a couple of small little bumps push out through the holes, and then over the last 24 hours they've just, yeah, exploded with all these little fruiting bodies over the top of them. Really, really impressed with these guys. Probably in about a week or so we're going to have some very spectacular looking oyster mushrooms growing from there, and I will give you a bit of a look at them later on. I'll give you a bit of an update. And just down here we have another little fruiting body pushing through one of the vent holes, and again over here as well. Where are we? Over here as well. So looks like they're going to be very productive little bags, these ones. And this one here, hopefully we might have a few more come out from the top sooner or later. But yeah, so far we are very, very happy with the way these oyster mushrooms are gone. We are really looking forward to having some more space so we can grow some more, and different varieties as well. And over here, we'll see if we can clear off some of this moisture. There we go. This is one of the bags I did show in the other clip that Bianca had soaked, and yeah, very, very soon it will be opened up and hopefully we'll get some more fruiting bodies from that one. That's Bianca's other bag. Sorry, no, that's one of my bags because it's had the top chopped off from the March Urban Culture Mushroom Workshop. So there you go, folks. Just a little bit of an update on how these mushrooms are going. So it's been 24 hours since I filmed the start of the clip, and I'm just editing it, about to upload it to YouTube, but there's been a bit of a development and I thought I'd share it with you folks before we move on. This one here has got nice little heads all over him. If you remember, it was nice and bare yesterday, and the large one here has got some fruiting bodies just happening on the base. The other big impressive movement is over here with these two little buds. They're actually taking shape now, and it doesn't look like we're having any abort like we did on the others. The first lot we had, there were a few that just dried up and died off, but these guys look to be going strong, and they're getting their typical oyster mushroom flat sort of heads. I am really impressed with how well these guys grow, and just down there those guys are starting to show little pins as well. So there you go. Oh, the only other update is I didn't do an aquaponics update. I filmed a bit of a clip looking at how you can manage the system after you've harvested all your fish so your plants are still kept well fed. So there we go. So I picked up a book a couple of weeks back looking at fungi, not necessarily just the edible types. It's called Mycorrhizal Planet and it's by Michael Phillips. And it just covers a lot of information to do with how fungi and plants have a symbiotic relationship. Plants exude simple carbohydrates into the soil and the mycelium will actually take them up and use it as food. And in return, they mine nutrients from the soil and make them plant available so the plants can take them up. So this book is going to be a very interesting read. I've only flicked through a few little bits and pieces at the moment. What I have been doing lately though is having a lot of Paul Stamets. He's a bit of a mushroom guru. Paul Stamets clips running in the background while I'm working on the computer. Absolutely fascinating guy. He's got patents on some very useful mushroom technology. Well worth checking out. There's a Joe Rogan podcast with him, goes for about 2 hours. I'll link in the description below. He's also got a number of books, and what I'll do is I'll list a couple of them in our Amazon influencer store if you folks are interested in checking them out. And I'll pop a few other mushroom and mycorrhizal related links down below as well for you. So yeah, there you go. A bit of an update on the mushrooms and yeah, some very interesting reading material that I have now. Before I head off, I really do need to thank those marvelous folks over on Patreon who are continuing to support the channel. I'm also looking at opening up the YouTube membership tab. I'm not too sure whether I'll do it or not yet. I'd love the feedback from you guys, the community that like to follow our clips down in the comments section. If you could let me know if you would, be interested in joining, jumping on board the YouTube membership program. It's basically similar to Patreon, but it's just run directly through YouTube. And I will be offering perks. You might have access to some of the stuff I do on Patreon. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, I thought I'd just mention that. So I will leave it there, folks. I've got to get ready and go out and shoot this aquaponic clip. I do hope you're all well and happy and that your mushrooms are fruiting, and I will catch you all next clip. Cheers, folks, and have a top one.